If you've been watching NBA basketball this season, then you should know what the Miami Heat right now are doing. They're one of the league's best teams, and with Jimmy Butler as the face of the franchise, and with another guy who's making his way up the ranks, Bam Adebayo, I'm going to be talking to you today why Bam Adebayo is redefining the center position for the game of basketball. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Back in July, the Miami Heat traded their big man Hassan Whiteside in a 14 deal in which it traded they acquired Jimmy Butler. And with that happening, Bam knew he was about to have a much bigger role for this Miami Heat franchise. He immediately talked to Eric Spoelstra and explained how his role would change and what all he's going to be doing. And so far this season, he's done just that, averaging career highs in every statistical category. Listed as 6'9", 255 pounds, with amazing footwork and mobility. He's extremely fast with long arms. Bam has redefined the center position with his defensive versatility. And that couldn't be said anymore on the night of November 27th, earlier this season, when the Miami Heat faced off against the Houston Rockets. Head coach Eric Spoelstra told Bam that his primary defensive assignment would be to guard Russell Westbrook, one of the league's most toughest athletic point guards of all time. But this decision by Spoelstra really didn't affect Bam, because when Bam was in high school, he was already guarding some of the toughest players in the country. And those guys are today De'Aaron Fox, Jason Tatum, and Lonzo Ball every possession of the game, which is extremely impressive. And that night guarding Westbrook wasn't easy, because he scored 27 points, 7 assists, and 9 rebounds, and the Heat lost that night. But promise was definitely still there for young Adebayo. Looking at Bam with his size and frame, you would think that he would be more of a traditional big man in this modern NBA. But Bam has quickly shown that he's capable of doing many things on the basketball court. He has great court vision. He can beat you one-on-one and guard your team's best player. And this season, with him averaging 15.8 points, 10.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.4 steals, and 1.2 blocks a game, and shooting over 59% from the field, Bam is in elite company, with players like Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Charles Barkley are the only other players to average those type of numbers. He also ranks top 20 in free throws attempts, rebound rates, steals, blocks, field goal percentage, value over replacement player, win shares, and several other metrics and advanced rim total that suggest he's made the leap into a much better player. Bam is a first-team all-defense player in the making this season. When the Heat need big stops, he delivers. Especially on the night when the Raptors played the Heat, the game went into overtime and Bam had to guard Pascal Siakam, an all-star. Bam easily lived up to the challenge because he held Siakam to 0 points when he was guarding him. And the Miami Heat won the game. And Bam has a lot of praise from his teammates. Goran Dragic compared him to Draymond Green, but he also said that Bam is bigger. He can pass, he can score, he can defend. There's not a lot of big guys in this league who can do that. And with superstars, big men like Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Karl Anthony Towns, nearly every other NBA center has a much smaller role for their team. On offense, they are off the ball, rebounding, rim running, setting screens, and either rolling to the basket or popping behind the three-point line. And on defense, they pretty much rely on guards and wings to guard guys out in the paint, because they don't have the mobility to guard these guys out when they get a switch on them, and they'll get exposed for the most part. But Bam has no defensive weaknesses. He can come from the weak side and block your layup, or switch onto the guard off a screen and guard them like it's nothing. And that also has to do a lot with Bam's amazing God-given athletic abilities. His teammate Derrick Jones Jr. said, "A lot of people don't know, but Bam is a better athlete than me. He's one of the most athletic people I've ever seen in my life." And this guy, Derrick Jones Jr., is nicknamed Airplane Mode because how amazing of an athlete he is with his jumping ability. Bam doesn't want to be stuck in a traditional modern NBA center role who just finishes around the rim, blocks shots, sets screens, and just rebound the basketball. He wants to be more. Bam, he wants to be, but he really already is a center who can contribute to every single aspect on the basketball court. Which shows because when Bam is on the court, Miami outscores opponents by 7.5 points per 100 possessions, a top 5 point differential, which is slightly above league average. But Bam is quickly becoming one of the most interesting players in the league. Bam has the potential to not just become one of the best defensive centers in the league, but one of the best offensive centers and all-around players in the entire NBA. And the scary part about Bam is he's still getting better. He's only 22 years old, and he still wants to expand his range with his three-point shot and mid-range shot. Adding those aspects to his game with his already amazing gifts on offense is going to make him an insane player to stop. And he definitely fits what the Miami Heat culture is trying to do. And when they drafted him, they saw a lot of potential in this guy because they knew that he could be more than what a lot of people thought he would be. Just listen to what Dwayne Wade had said about him.
Like for life, and he's like Alonzo. He's like UD. He's in that. We've seen it right away. When you see it in Miami, you know when a guy is a Miami Heat player, a Miami Heat culture, and Bam is that guy. He has the opportunity, if business don't get in the way, to be there his entire career and really do something special. I told Bam, go get all my records. They meant to be broken. Please go get them all.
The Miami Heat has built a culture all about winning, toughness, hard work, and demanding the best from your players. And that's what the Miami Heat have in Bam. And when he was cut from Team USA, it really motivated him to work even harder on his game. And that's why this season we've seen him play so much better, because it motivated him to be the best player that he can be. And this season alone, we've seen so many great stories in Miami. And this one right here is an amazing story as well too. But this is only the beginning for Bam Adebayo and other Miami Heat players. After making the All-Star team and playing today, this is only the beginning of something special in Miami and for Bam Adebayo.